Welcome everyone to the Sunny Coast's very own podcast called the Referral Wave. My name's Tony Cross, and by day I've got a car brokering business called Drive Connect and the BNI Business Sunrise chapter. But today I'm joined by one of my fellow chapter members, Guy from Rugs and Rats. Welcome, Guy.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
No worries at all. Let's dive into it. Tell us a little bit. Rugs and Rats, it's pretty self-explanatory, but tell us a bit more about it.
Yeah. So Rugs and Rats, carpet care and pest control, long-standing, long-running family business that's been based on the Sunshine Coast. We've been around for surprisingly around 30 years now. We've got a really strong heritage in regards to our family, and we originally started it with my father, Greg. And now we've been, carried forward by myself, and he taught me everything I know. He was known in the industry on the coast as the godfather of carpet cleaning, which was pretty funny. I still walk into some of our chemical suppliers now, and they always ask, how God is or Greg. So it's pretty cool. It was awesome to be working alongside him. And, I wasn't just working alongside my dad, I was working alongside my best mate as well, my business partner. In 2020, my dad got diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's. And so that meant that, he lost his license and pretty much everything else that went along with it. And it was such a roller coaster year with COVID coming along and everything else. And it just really changed the way that we look at everything. So Rugs and Rats then sort of came under the management of myself, and we moved on from there. So the business is not just about working to a standard, but setting the standard of carpet cleaning, pest control, and all the other services that we offer on the Sunshine Coast. We really emphasise on the use of our top tier equipment, like the largest truck mounted machines on the Sunshine Coast. These machines are the very best in business that you can get, and the newest addition to our fleet was about 175 grand. So big purchases for the equipment that we use and we require for the type of contracts that we have. We're not the guys that run around with little hire machines in the back of the Commodore and call ourselves carpet cleaners. We're the real deal. We pride ourselves being local, family-owned business and hopefully a household name. We're really big on innovation. We're trying to do a lot in the AI space at the moment with doing online scheduling and trying to make it the customer experience pretty smooth. And of course, we're just trying to keep the family name in it as well. So we employ 3 carpet techs, and we've got 2 subcontractors that work with us as well. So we pride ourselves in supporting the community and sponsoring events, sports clubs, helping non-for-profits. That's a little bit about Rugs and Rats, and we've been around here for a long time now. So
Yeah, I know you're an original coast local with a great heritage there. It's fantastic, and we'll get on to why you joined BNI in a minute, because I'm interested because you've been on the coast for that long.
yep.
But you still find a need and being in BNI a good idea. But before we get to that, let's talk about your customer base a little bit. What sort of clientele do you service?
So we service literally from just your average person on the coast that needs 3 bedrooms, carpet cleaned. In every van, so we've got 4 vans that operate on the coast now. In every van, we've got a truck-mounted carpet cleaning machine as well as a portable carpet cleaning machine. So that means that we can do both residential low-set homes as well as unit complexes as well. So we do all our residential stuff. We do a lot of high-end commercial stuff as well. So we do a lot for quite a number of the commercial real estate agents on the coast here. I'm not going to name them, but we do quite a lot for a lot of them. We do a lot for health organisations as well, councils. We do a lot for councils. And then we step into like a few insurance companies that we do work for with flood restoration as well. So it's a lot of moving parts and juggling involved with it. But we're very broad spectrum, and also we do a lot of schools as well, kindergarten. So pretty much, if you think we can do it, we can do it.
So on that flood remediation, if I've got that term right,
Yeah.
you do a fair bit of that, don't you, as well?
Yeah, it's something that we're sort of breaking into. It is a hard market. There is a lot of competition out there as well. And yeah, we're trying to break into the market now. It is hard because you do have like referred um, contractors from insurance companies that will come in and take over. So we'll be like the first response kind of thing. We'll come in, we'll extract water out of the carpet if need be. Any type of structural drying that needs to start taking place, we'll put in fans and dehumidifiers and try and get the insurance assessors out straight away to try and see what they can do. And usually, most of the time, they'll put their gear in, switch our gear off. So it just gives it that little bit extra time for the tenants to sort of get all their stuff together and I suppose help them being still able to live within that house if they can.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. All right, we talked about how long you guys have been around on the coast and part of the furniture,
Yeah.
but why did you join? How did you come about joining BNI?
Yeah. So I mean, 2020 come along. Obviously, my dad, got diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's, and we went from running three truck mounts to one in the space of a week and a half. So I literally was working 5:30 a.m. till 7 o'clock at night on the road, trying to fulfill all my clients' needs without letting anyone down. And if you ask around and you ask, has Rugs and Mats ever let you down? I guarantee the answer is no. Um, and I was just working and working and working. And obviously from 2020, 21, 22, 23, the costs just kept increasing and increasing and increasing. And then I got to 23 and I'm like, mate, I'm working so hard and I'm getting no profit. Like, what is going on? And I was like, I need to network more. I need to get out. I need to try and rebuild and show everyone our brand again. So that was why I got into BNI. I went into BNI Sunrise, who obviously you're in there as well, and it was pretty warming welcome, and I felt pretty well like family straight away. And I just thought it was a good fit for me. And then yeah, moving forward, it's just been a great experience so far.
Fantastic. And how have you used your experience in BNI to enhance your networking?
Um, well, I think through BNI, you've got so many different avenues of people that you can go and see. For me, like I've had referrals from car brokers, real estate agencies, lawn care providers, NDIS providers, building inspectors, buyers agents, bond cleaners. The list just goes on and on. Accountants, BAS agents, they've all been referring me work. Um, it's really enhanced my awareness, I suppose, of business, being surrounded by business-minded people that are literally there to do the exact same thing that you are there to do as well. I mean, I've been in other places where, like you rock up and people just want to talk about anything and everything, whereas like I want to talk about business. I want to talk business for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And that's me, and that's the difference. And that's what I sort of have got out of it so far.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. You're right there. It's basically that 2 hours or so when everyone's in this room for the same common
Yeah,
goal.
yeah,
Yeah, we have some chit chat, but we're all there to help each other
yeah,
out and get to the goal too. So,
yeah,
how have you used your BNI network to solve any problems that you've had in your business or help you yourself?
yeah. I mean, yeah, like I look at this BNI network like it's the yellow pages, like it's so good in that aspect where, like now I've been in for BNI just a bit over a year now. I've got my public liability and indemnity insurance through an insurance broker through BNI. I've got all my vehicle insurances through BNI now. I've got my personal income insurance protection and stuff like that through BNI. I've used house cleaners, bond cleaners. I've used my BAS agents in BNI. I refer my overload of work to another carpet cleaner in another BNI chapter. I get referred work from a pest control, down in a chapter in Caloundra. It's like just this revolving circle that when you're in it, you wish you knew about it 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, 100%. So when it comes to your successes in BNI, to which you've had a lot, is there one
Yep.
standout story there you can tell us about?
I think there's a few, and I'll touch on like I think it's quite funny how I stood up about a month or so ago, and I was like, I want to be known as the 100K man. I want to be known as the $100,000 man. So I was really blown away, and yeah, I was sort of didn't really believe it when I seen it, but I was able to give $100,000 worth of work out to people within our chapter, but also through other chapters. And I gave $100,000 worth of work out. For me, like I was able to give back to the people that I'm in the same room as, and I was like, for me, there's a bit of self accomplishment achievement to be able to do that for these people, and then returning, like within 3 months, I'd generated it was about $17,000 worth of work in 3 months of joining BNI, and our average invoice is about $400. So you can see the benefits of BNI and just how it's worked really well for us.
Yeah, yeah. It is always good to look at your app and to see that business
Yeah,
given, climbing up. You look at what you've got back, and it's never, I mean, or in your
no,
case, or certainly in mine, what you get back's never as much as you're giving out, but that's the way
yeah,
it's supposed to be. But
yeah.
it is really good to go, geez, I can't believe I've helped those people out to that amount.
But it's also like the advice, or you just sit back and you just listen to what everyone else is going through, and you might have already gone through what they're going through now, or you're going to go through what they're going through now. You just sit back and you can listen. And sometimes, like people pay $10,000, $15,000 for that piece of advice that you're going to get for free.
Yeah,
So it's not always about a money figure, but it's about the people that you surround yourself with. And yeah, it's just like I said, I think it's one of the best things I've done.
yeah. Especially when you've been in your own business for a while or been in a family business,
Yeah,
sometimes you can just say to someone, "Oh, look, have a coffee." And I went through this 5 years
yeah,
ago, and I did spend 10 grand trying to work it out, and I stuffed it, and it was a waste of money. So, yeah,
yeah,
it is good that people have your back like that.
yeah.
All right. So on the advice theme, what's one bit of advice you would give to someone listening to this podcast that was maybe new or starting out in BNI?
Um, I think probably just like give it your best shot. Like you only get what you put in.
Yep.
If you're just going to rock up and just do the bare minimum and just not be fulfilling there, then you're not going to get what you need out of it. The best piece of advice would be just to get in there and within those first couple of months, try and meet every single person in that chapter. It took me a long time to meet people because of how busy I was. But once I gained the trust of those people, like in our chapter, it's almost like it was this rocket that I'm just like getting, pulled behind. I'm like, like I'm just
Yeah.
trying to hold on. Yeah, so it's just, like, sometimes it can be a slow bear, with different categories. But like I think it's just being in that room, like I said, is just worth its weight in gold. Um, but yeah, I reckon just give it a red hot crack and just it's not
Put
for
in and
everyone,
have
but
put in and have some commitment.
that's
That's
exactly right. Yeah,
and
yeah,
and you're
yeah,
right. It is for some things it's a slow burn, other things it's a fast burn. But yeah, it's you're only getting back what you put in, aren't you?
yeah, yeah. And like the other thing is that like I was terrible at public speaking when I first joined, and I don't know why. I used to be really good, but then being away from it all, I suppose. But when I first joined, well, my first visit, and they said, "Oh, guy, up you get, do your a minute talk on, who you are and why you're here." And I was like, "Oh, I had no idea I was doing this." But now, like I feel very fluent in my conversation with everyone, and so it builds your character too. So
Yeah, 100%. You're self-improving every Thursday when you turn
yeah,
up.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All
exactly
right.
right.
What's the one core value of BNI that really resonates with you?
Um, I think for me, and I've touched on it heaps already, but is that building relationships. So I just think that is the absolute game changer with any business of any type. It's like you could start up a business tomorrow, sit behind a computer and spend a couple of $100 a day on Google Ads, or you can go out and network, and that person that you meet and you introduce yourself to, they'll remember you as a name and as a face. Whereas behind a computer, they're just seeing something and then off it goes again. Networking is by far like going to be one of the best things that you could ever do. And I just think that building relationships is such a massive core part of my company now.
Yeah, and you touched on it earlier. You're going down the AI path and making the customer experience better, and that's fine. We get surrounded by that all day,
Yeah,
every day.
yeah,
But I'd like to think that people don't lose, fact of the matter is you got to still go out and network and introduce
yeah,
yourself to people and make
yeah,
those relationships because you can get swept up in the technology really easy, can't you?
yeah. That's the thing, and you got to listen to your client as well. Like we listened 2, 3 years. This has been 2 years in the making now, and they're like, we need something that's going to be super easy that we can just jump online and book. Like I don't have time in my 15-minute lunch break as a tradie to ring up a carpet cleaner and say, can you clean this? Can you do this? Oh, mate, like I know you're busy. Like you jump onto the website, you can have a look, you book in a time. It just simplifies everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Okay, let's talk about what's next for your business. Now, I know you've been doing some website stuff and you do
yep.
calculations on the website. You even give away your prices, don't you? Like you want to,
Yeah, mate. Yeah, yeah. So we're we don't hide anything, and I know a lot of people suggest that that's not really a good thing, but I've been brought up from the old school with my old man, where the price is the price. Very very rarely will I ever walk into a place after I've given a quote and say, oh, this is this and this is this, and try and upsell and try and do this. I don't believe in it because I believe a client for life is worth more than a client once off.
100%.
So yeah, so we're doing a lot on the net at the moment. We're just hired another guy that starts on Monday. So I don't know when this airs, but yeah, he'll be started by then. So come December, January, probably we'll be actually migrating south down to North Lakes. So that'll be a whole nother run for us down there. So that'll be 4 vans on the road. So yeah, we're the only company on the Sunshine Coast with 3 or 4 truck-mounted machines running on the coast. So yeah, it's a big improvement on sort of where we were, and my old man's super proud of what we're doing. He's always sitting in the background and gives me a little nod of approval, and you're doing well, mate. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, moving forward, mate, there's, like we're only, I think, just trying to keep the quality of work where it is now, and that's setting the standard. Not just working to it, but setting it. That's our motto. We want to set the standard for carpet cleaning, pest control, upholstery cleaning on the Sunshine Coast because we feel that it's definitely been downgraded quite a fair bit. So
Yeah, you've got a good business model. You're sticking to your guns. You're building up slowly as time goes on, but not
yeah,
compromising anything to do that.
yeah,
I think you're on a winner, mate. I think it's going to work out really well for you.
yeah,
Not that it already hasn't, but I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
yeah.
And
Perfect. Yeah,
we'll see those vans all over the place.
yeah.
Right, so
They stick out a fair bit now, don't they?
yeah, no, they're fantastic. Your 10-minute talk the other day was really good, and the rebranding and everything that
Yeah,
was it was really good to see. So look,
yeah.
how can people get in touch with you? What's your website address? Because you can, just to clarify, you can go on there and quote your house yourself and find out the price exactly,
Yep.
can't you?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you can literally just go on to www.rugsandrats.com.au. There'll be a little calculator on the right-hand side of the website. You can click on that, and it'll take you straight down to our online instant quoting system. You put in, and we don't ask for your details first either, which a lot of people do. You can literally just gauge, what you want to spend, how you want to spend it, and stuff like that within that price calculator. So you can put in, I've got 4 bedrooms, I want a flea treatment, or I've got some upholstery that needs to be cleaned, and you'll get a price straight away. If you're happy with the price, you can click on the button, and then you input all your data and your details. So yeah, we don't, like I said before, we don't try and upsell. We don't try and, a client for life is what we're trying to get rather than a one-off client that will try and rip off. We just don't believe in that. So yeah, the website, we're on Instagram and Facebook as well. Rugs and Rats, carpet cleaning and pest control. Or you can call our office 1300 304 284 or text the mobile number, which is 0411 350 179.
Fantastic. Or book in a one-to-one with Guy.
Yeah,
Come and visit us at Sunrise and
yeah,
get the black vans around your house.
that's it. Yeah, yeah,
Mate, it's been fantastic. So glad you could come on because it is a fantastic story. Not for present day, not only for that, but for the legacy and what you've
yeah,
done and what you're turning their family business just strength to strength. So,
yeah.
yeah, no, mate, a fantastic job.
Yeah, perfect, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I mean that's why I'm doing it is to leave my dad a legacy. Like it's sort of, yeah. Like I said, he's my best mate, and yeah, I'm just forever grateful that he left this for us. So yeah, just trying to leave him a legacy. So
Mate, it's great to have a son like you. Well done, champ. And
thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
we'll see you next Thursday.